Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be using and demoing the Kosas Tinted Face Oil along with the Kosas Revealer Concealer. This is a newer product to their line. This product has been out for a few years now. And just really quickly, a couple things about Kosas. I have my notepad here. They are vegan, cruelty-free, and clean, non-toxic makeup company. Their shtick is skincare meets makeup, so they have a lot of skincare ingredients incorporated into their makeup products. And about these two products, there's 16 tones. They call them tones at Kosas in each thing. And when I found out about these products and I saw how much people were loving them, I began looking for what I thought would be my tones in these two products. And I really didn't see reviews on YouTube for these tones. I think I saw one video by one of my favorite YouTubers. Her name is Joy. She used 7.5 and that is the tone that I picked up in the concealer. And I saw one video where somebody was using tone 8 in the tinted face oil, and that's the tone that I thought I would be. So that's the tone that I picked up in that. So the tinted face oil retails for $42. It has a mix of oils in it, and it is featherweight, hydrating, velvety finish, and they say that no blending is required. So we'll see about that. And the concealer is a medium to full coverage concealer that is an eye cream, a spot treatment, and a concealer all in one. And there's caffeine in this for under eye puffiness. There's arnica in it, and arnica is an antiseptic and anti-inflammatory, so that'd be really good for like people with acneic skin. There's hyaluronic acid in here, pink algae as an antioxidant, and panthenol, which is vitamin B5. It's a hydrator, it's healing, it's protecting. So there's a lot of really good skincare benefits in this concealer. So that goes along with their, skincare meets makeup. So I have tried both of these products just to see how I felt about them, so I could give you a really good honest review before coming on here. And I would say that the tinted face oil is definitely what it says it is. It is a tinted face oil. So it is going to feel like an oil on your skin. And they say to shake this well. And for full coverage on their website, they say to use about 4 to 6 drops. But I'm just gonna like drop it on my face. Using this foundation, I will have to go in with a concealer and spot conceal as well. So I'm just gonna put about that much on my right cheek, and I'm just gonna start blending it in. And I also have noticed that if you try to put this product under your eyes where your concealer is gonna go, their concealer that is from their line, the Kosas concealer, does not sit well on top of the tinted face oil. To me, it just doesn't. And I didn't like the finish that it gave me when I put the concealer on top of the tinted face oil in my eye area, because it just kind of like makes the concealer move around, and it just doesn't ever really set to me. So I'm not gonna put any of this product under my eyes. And this is just the tinted face oil. Like I said, it doesn't give you a lot of coverage. You can still see my hyperpigmentation. But it does kind of just like it evens out your skin tone a little bit. And I also find that you can't really layer this product or like build on top of it. So I feel like the light to medium coverage that you get from your initial application of this is all you're gonna get from it, because I find that if you keep trying to pile this product on and on, it just doesn't absorb. Like it's an oil, so it's just like when you put a facial oil on your skin can only absorb so much oil. So it's gonna absorb that first layer, that first application that you put on, and if you try to put more on top, it's just gonna sit there like just oil sitting on your face, because it just cannot absorb anymore. Now I'm just gonna go in with my Glossier Stretch Concealer in G4 and just spot conceal on areas where I wanted a little bit more coverage. I'm just gonna take my foundation brush. It's an IT Cosmetics brush from Ulta, and I'm just going to buff that concealer into my skin. I'm gonna go in with the Kosas Revealer Concealer. So I'm just blending out the revealer concealer with my damp Real Technique sponge, and I will go ahead and say that I feel like this is a medium coverage concealer. It may be buildable. We're gonna see if we can build on this. Once I blend this out, I'm gonna see how much more I can build on this concealer. I do feel like it's a good shade match for me. It is a little yellow because I have very neutral undertones, but in the summertime when I get a tan, I do lean more golden. So I feel like this concealer tone is a pretty good match for me, and since it is yellow, it does work for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and put one more layer of this concealer on, not as much as I did the first time, just to see if we can build on it. So I've applied that second layer of concealer, and I do feel like it is buildable. It's more of it's a fuller medium coverage to me now. I still don't think it's completely full coverage because I can see just like a little bit of darkness still here and here. It may not be picking up on camera, but I can see it here. And I just don't want to apply more because I feel like it's already starting to look a little more yellow on me, and I do have a neutral undertone. I don't have a tan right now, so I'm not as golden as I can get in the summertime, and I feel like this will fit me even better when I do get more golden with a tan. So I'm not gonna apply any more. I don't want it to pull any more yellow than it already is. So this is where I would normally come in and set my under eye with the RMS Untinted powder or the Laura Mercier translucent powder. But I find that this concealer just does not look good when you try to set it with the powder, because I don't know if it's too hydrating, it's too radiant, it's too creamy, because those are all claims, and it is hydrating, it is radiant, it is creamy, and it just does not sit well with powders on top of it. I feel like the powders just kind of like get soaked up into all the hydration and the creaminess. But I am going to take my RMS Untinted powder, set around my nose, because I do get oily in my nose area. I'm going to go in with one of my new favorite blush products, and that is the Glossier Cloud Paint and Storm. I'm just going to squeeze a little bit on the back of my hand. So right now I have about that much on my hand. I'm just going to apply it to my cheeks and use my e.l.f. stipple brush to stipple that in. I just feel like this blush gives you a really nice natural flush of color. I really, really love the way Storm looks on my skin tone. Now I'm just going to finish the rest of my makeup. I'm going to be using the Bobbi Brown bronzer just to bronze up my face some. I am going to go in with a little bit of eyeshadow today, and I'm going to shop my stash with my eyeshadow and use the Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette. I bought this palette and I just haven't really ever used it ever. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this Cocoa Truffle on my eyelid, my entire eyelid. I like really easy eye looks that don't require a lot of precision, a lot of patience, a lot of work, or a lot of time. So I'm just applying that all over my eyelid. And this is, I know what brand these brushes are now. They're Jessup brushes, and I don't know if they still have this brush set, but I will look for them because they're some of my favorite brushes ever, all the blue brushes that I have. And this is the Jessup blending brush. And now I'm gonna go in with a little bit of Hala for Ardala and put that on my eyelid, just on this part of my eyelid. And then I'm just gonna go on top of that with a little bit of Drippin' Diamonds. No, not Drippin' Diamonds. It is Famous, and it's this gold color. And I'm just gonna tap that barely in the middle of the eyelid, just right in the middle. Kind of diffuse that gold a little bit, just a little bit. I don't want it to be too intense. So I've done my eyebrows, and I use the Glossier Brow Flick in brown, and I actually have a video of me trying Glossier makeup products for the first time. I'll put that in the card so you can check that video out. And I use the Tarte mascara, the Tarte Gifted mascara, and I also use my ColourPop lippy pencil in BFF2 and the Tower 28 lip jelly in Fire. So that's what I use. Oh, and I also use the Air Perez vanilla highlighter in Sun Halo, and those are the finishing products that I used to finish my makeup today. This is the finished look. I will come in. So this is what the concealer is looking like under my eyes. This is what my skin is looking like. It's definitely a very dewy look to my skin. Like, I feel like my skin did absorb it some. Right now it is 1:42 p.m. I'll check back in later today and show you guys what my face is looking like. Hi everyone, so I'm back. It is now 8:37 p.m. and let me show you for proof. This is what my face is looking like after, what is that, almost exactly 7 hours of wear, because when I got done putting this makeup on, it was 1:42 p.m. I am very, very shiny in my T-zone. I did not blot today at all, but I did have to go to the grocery store, so I did have a mask on. Today, about like 2 hours ago, I had a mask on for about 30 minutes. I don't feel like it really messed with it much, really messed with the makeup much. So I do feel like the foundation broke up a lot around my mouth. I have eaten a few times today. I don't like the way that that looks, so I wanted to point that out. I wouldn't pick the tinted face oil over any of my other foundations, really, as an everyday foundation. I wouldn't just pick it up and be like, oh, I want to wear the tinted face oil today, because it's not my favorite consistency. I feel like you have to work with it a lot to get it the way that you want to look, and then it looks different throughout the day, so you never really know what kind of finish you're gonna get, I feel like. So you have to kind of play with it, use different primers to see which finish you like best, and I haven't had time to do that. I just got the foundation, and I did not prime my face today. So my final thoughts on the Kosas foundation are, it's not my favorite foundation. I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. It's just kind of like, you know, it's light to medium coverage. It's very oily. You can't build on it because your skin can only absorb so much of the product. And I don't know, it's not your typical foundation. Obviously it's an oil foundation, but I feel like the only time I would ever reach for this foundation is like days when I'm gonna be like at the lake, or days when I'm gonna be outside for a long period of time and I don't really care how my makeup is gonna look that day. A good sheer coverage foundation that I can reach for when I just want a little bit of evening out of the skin tone or something like that. So those are my thoughts on the foundation. Let's go ahead and talk about the Kosas Revealer Concealer. I like this concealer. I don't feel like it creased much more than the original creasing that was there when I first put it on. I still don't think it's gonna be like my everyday concealer, but when I wanna have a fresh face or light makeup look, I feel like that's when I'll reach for this concealer. And those are my thoughts on the Kosas Tinted Face Oil and the Kosas Revealer Concealer. Let me know what you guys like from Kosas and how you feel about their products. I like to know what your favorite product is and why. And if you haven't tried Kosas, what products are you looking into to try out? If you like this video and you found it informative, please give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. I'll catch you guys in my next video. Stay safe.